So this is my heroic presentation produced by Will Cummings. So who my hero is. When people ask me who it is, there's only one person that ever has come to mind and whoever will come to mind. And that is a man that fights for what he believes in, a man that will stop at nothing to keep his family close to him, a man that will never put himself over anyone else, a man that shows enthusiasm when accomplishments are made, a man who, in this very dark age, pushes perseverance, a man who stands with his decisions and is proud of you no matter what. And that man I call on in the worst of the worst, the best, and every little thing in between. That man that I call on is my dad. So, what he's taught me, I believe what can be directly applied to social psychology is the regard from what I've learned to him about his social aspect. My dad is one of the most extroverted individuals, I believe, on the planet. And unfortunately, that genetic gene was not passed down to me, and I wish it was, given the fact that when I grew into my consciousness at a young age, I was not the type of person to be able to strike up a conversation on the fly, to really want to branch out and talk to other people when I could, and I admire that he has that ability. So throughout middle school and high school, I was not the type of person to be able to branch out. I was never really able to just strike up conversation when I wanted to feel social. I could not do that. But I picked up from a very young age, growing into high school, about how social he was and the meaning that it brought to his life to value other people. When I would hear his colleagues talk about him, they would all say the exact same thing. They'd say, "We love John. He's a beacon of light in our sometimes dark workplace," regarding the fact that he works in hospitals with nurses and doctors and a lot of patients who are going through a hard time. And I don't think there is an enemy in the world that my dad has. And that really did change the narrative of how I look at him, in the aspect of you have to be comfortable with getting uncomfortable, right? So since moving to college, I started taking his advice. With a clean slate, I decided to try to take his advice when he would tell me you've got to branch out and you've got to be social, you've got to talk to people. And I have to say, the amount of connections and interactions that just have brightened my day, given me boosts of confidence, and heightened my mood has been indescribable. And that's something that I absolutely picked up from him. So how will I become a future hero? In my future, personally, I strive to have a family and kids of my own, and there isn't a doubt in my mind that I'm going to do everything that I can to follow the way that my dad has exemplified. With that being said, standing on their decisions, encouraging them not to adhere to failure, but rather to learn from it and use it as a tool, celebrating accomplishments worth being celebrated, given the fact that life is short and we need to celebrate the good things as they come. From some things as small as saying those first words as a little baby to landing that corporate job out of college as an adult. Those things need to be celebrated, and I will continue that. With that being said, my dad has set his example to the moon, and I believe that I can only really shoot for the stars, because if I want to be that hero of his, that's what I have to do. I could not be more grateful for my dad. My dad has allowed me to construct a study of my own, which has been to branch out, meet new people, and explore life outside the bubble. And maybe for a while there, I wasn't sure that the social aspect of life really was a fit for me, but he believed in me, and he set the best example, I believe, that I want to continue to live out the
Who's
rest of my
my
life.
hero?
So I want to
That's a
conclude
great
this
question.
presentation by showing a short
Well,
clip
I think my
of Tom
dad is
Brady
my
answering a
hero
question from a
because he's
junior
someone that I
reporter.
look up to every
Otherwise, thank
day.
you for your
And
time, and I hope you enjoyed my presentation.
Many people say you're their hero, but who's your
my dad.
Many
My hero? It's a great question. Well, I think my dad is my hero because he's someone that I look up to every day. And